Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Women Entrepreneurs India, it's a great honor to welcome you all to our National Entrepreneurs Day celebration. Entrepreneurs are the driving force behind innovation and growth. And today, we are privileged to have Mr. Katamgari sir with us, a technical officer and deputy quality manager for the testing laboratory in IIP Chennai. Now, I would like to invite Nivedita R to share the guest profile.
Mr. Irmia Katamgari, sir, who has completed his master's in MSc Chemistry, graduate diploma in Packaging Technology, PG diploma in Food Safety and Quality Management System. Sir has total 17 years of experience, includes 3 years experience in reputed packaging industries like MS Packaging India Private Limited, and Sir has 9 years of experience in material testing laboratory at Indian Institute of Packaging, Mumbai. And Sir has 4 years work on deputation of deputation with FSSAI as an assistant director technical, which includes 3 years experience in International Training Center for Food Safety and Applied Nutrition, set up by FSSAI, and 1 year role as Central Designated Officer for Gujarat and Authorized Officer for Ahmedabad, Air Cargo Complex and 2 ICDs. Currently working with IIP Chennai as a technical officer and deputy quality manager for the testing laboratory. We welcome you, sir.
We would like to hear a few words about you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for your invitation and kind introduction about me. So once again, I welcome and I can congratulate on this day of entrepreneurship. And it's a great privilege to be honored for me to be on this platform to share some of the technical aspects about the packaging, the relevance, the packaging necessity, and the importance of the packaging in the entrepreneurship. So how it can promote the our higher level to get the good trade and the good market and good quality, improve the quality. Thank you once again, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. We have few questions for you, sir. First is like, how has your background in chemistry influenced your approach to solving packaging challenges, sir, particularly like in ensuring food safety, sir?
Uh, I'm actually this chemistry after. So I have completed my masters in chemistry. Then I have tried to get into the pharmaceutical jobs, but I could not get because everywhere there was they used to ask experience certificate, but as a fresher I couldn't get the job. Then finally I got one opportunity in one industry. It is a packaging industry, Packaging India Private Limited. Earlier it was under the SL Propack Group. So once I have joined in that industry, then I could see that all these the plastic, the laminates, all these shampoos and other food packaging materials are how it is manufactured and how it is laminated, how it is printed. Then I thought that it is then when I went into join in that packaging industry, then I came to know that so it is a very good aspect and it is a good technical aspect is there. Then so many where I worked beginning, so they used to manufacture all the so many packaging materials which is food packaging related. So that's how then I realized that though it is not a core related to the chemistry subject, but still this packaging is a very utmost important to the increase the shelf life and protection of the products, and it is a good demand. Then I have continued with that packaging industry. Uh, then again, I got the opportunity to join in the IIP in 2010. Then again, since being a master's in chemistry, so I was exploring on different aspect, and even IAP, even the packaging here when I was working with the Indian Institute of Packaging Mumbai. So we used to do the testing of the many these woven sacks, that plastic bags, PP or HTP woven sacks, which is used for the fertilizers, even which is used for the grains, food grains packaging. From the even we used to get the sample from the Food Corporation of India. So that's how then I my the interesting towards that the that increased that the importance of the packaging for the application of the food packaging. Then slowly, then the interest has increased. Then then I think in 2019, then I got the opportunity to get into the FSSI on food safety. Uh, then yes, it is a God given opportunity for me to serve the nation as a designated officer. But though it is a chemistry, but even the packaging also, it packaging means it includes consists of many technologies. So the printing and the food technology, food science, chemistry, physics, mechanical engineering, and even the graphic and design. So that's why this packaging it's a very important aspect because it's not a single stream or single area. So everywhere you can connect because if you have the packaging knowledge, so every stream, every sector you can touch because every industry needs the packaging, either it is a pharma or a food industry or automobile industry, any industry, even the defense and ordnance factories, they have the packaging department. So wherever you go, that's why it's how, though my basic qualification is MSc chemistry, but after gaining this technical knowledge, then since being a packaging technologist, then yes, since in the food sector also packaging is a very utmost important. Because always I used to tell to many of the public that though whatever the that food safety parameters you maintain in the industry, maybe you might be having maybe compliance with the maybe good critical point control, even HACCP studies, HACCP, TACCP, and everything. So whatever the tech studies we had, where maybe you might be having many certifications for the manufacturing process, like ISO 22000, maybe BRC certification, maybe FSSA certification. But still, once the product comes out from your premise, then again there is a great challenge how it will the retain the quality, the water, the hygienicity you have maintained in your premise. So again, the packaging that outside the industry, the packaging is the medium where which can continue your hygienic and your quality and your that properties of the product. And this packaging is the main which can uh, help to reach your product in safe condition, to the consumer hands, and so without any damage or any any hazard. Okay, so that's how this chemistry, though it is a chemistry, but still, yes, in food science also chemistry is part. For packaging technology also chemistry is a it's part of the chemistry only. So that's how I got into this, and still I've been learning many things from both the side, food science and chemistry and polymer science and the paper and pulp technology. So the packaging includes all what we know. Yes, ma'am.
So just a minute, sir. Nivedita and Vinusha, you able to hear, sir?
Yes, 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 I am able to.
Um, Ma'am, shall I ask
Vinusha,
the
go ahead.
question, ma'am?
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Sorry for the disturbance, sir. Like, can you share a moment where your work in packaging or like food safety directly improved customers' well-being or prevented a significant issue, sir?
Ma'am, actually, it is in the year 2018 or 17. I think there was, I think all the public might be aware of this, the BPA ban on the BPA content, bisphenol A. I think nowadays, any that plastic containers you see, the BPA free, the tag is pasted on the all the containers. So it was a year, I think 2018 or 17. So before that, I think many countries, this BPA, this polycarbonate, the feeding bottle, especially the feeding bottles and the some of the toys, the child articles, which has made of a polycarbonate plastic. So it was banned due to the BPA because the BPA is a carcinogenic material, and so that was the reason the ban was. The next year, I think they introduced this polycarbonate feeding bottles in India also. But then that time, I think IAP, they have consulted with IAP. They have made a project to study on the BPA studies. Then I think I got this opportunity. Then I have collected some of the samples from the market. Then in IAP, we have procured these bisphenol A analytical equipment like HPLC with the FLD fluorescence detector. So where then I was only operating that equipment, and I have collected on behalf of IAP from the samples from the market. Yes, we got the positive values of the bisphenol A content in the plastic containers, the polycarbonate. Then I think before submitting and the concluding these data, because since the BPA is coming, it is a there is a severity, there is a risk for the consumer side, the child's. Uh, so then again, that was the time again that the Director General has changed from the BIS. That sir has he has aware of these bans of this BPA in other countries. So without taking much delay and receiving the collecting the data from the different labs and other studies, so he has banned completely in India also. So I think that was like one incident I remember that as how this some of the initiative like BPA banned. But now that's why, because nowadays all the plastic containers, it carries the BPA free tag, because the people had that fear that as BPA means it is dangerous, it is a carcinogenic. So we should not use the plastics which has the BPA. So though other plastics may not be having the BPA, but that's why in place of the polycarbonate feeding bottle, now the polypropylene the materials are replaced now. Whatever the feeding bottles you see in the market now, so that is made of polypropylene plastic. Okay. Yeah, this is a one incident I can remember. So this is how sometimes as a IAP, like in other government department, they work for the safety of the public interest, and do some studies and some analysis, and uh, like they give the input to the government so that the government take the action on the uh, nowadays this recycling and these plastics are issues. They are many studies are taken up by the FSSA also, even IAP also. So yes, these are all because of the public interest our departments will do, and then they take some release some guidelines or some proportions to the or public citizen of India.
I have one more question, sir. What
Yes.
is one area in packaging technology or food safety that you believe in currently underestimated but will become crucial in the next decade?
Actually, ma'am, in the food sector also, currently all the standard and accreditations and certifications are now currently the mostly focused on the yes, that processing part and the manufacturing area, and yes, they're maintaining all the hygienic, and they're getting all these ISO, maybe FSSC, BRC certifications, and yes, they like complies many national or international standards. But as I said initially, though we maintain or we produce hygiene products and with a very in aseptic condition, but still that outside the factory or your premise, then this packaging is the main that medium, so it can carry your product in the same condition which we have prepared. Okay, so I think nowadays still this in the food industry also this packaging area is neglected. Even the many industry, they are not giving much importance on the packaging, so they're investing many much amount, so much money on the other food safety or other hazards analysis. But this critical control point, I think this HACCP studies, uh, we should do this hazard analysis on the packaging segment also, because many times due to the lack of awareness or lack of knowledge on the packaging, so even our HACCP studies also in the food sector, the many people many times they accept the packaging that clause that section, so other section they try to meet or complies as per the national or international norms because of the due to lack of the knowledge on the packaging. But one thing sure that so this is the where in the future I think if you focus or if you uh, give attention on the packaging system, so which is a very critical role which can carry out, which can what we say, which can like deliver your product very safely, and what are the condition you want. So even it can increase the shelf life. So actual product, so what are the in days shelf life? Imagine, but by using the adding the packaging, the better packaging and the optimal packaging system, so it will ultimately it will increase the shelf life of the product. So without adding any preservatives, I think nowadays it is so much advancements are there in the packaging. So without adding any preservatives, still you can increase the shelf life of the product. So even for example, nowadays these milk products, so which is considered as a it is a perishable products. Okay, high risk products, but still by using the that MAP, modified atmosphere packaging system. So nowadays the people are extending their sweets and other areas, other sweets and bakery products uh, shelf life of maybe more than a month. Earlier shelf life was 2 to 3 days. Now by using the packaging technology without adding any preservatives, so now the people are able to achieve the increase the shelf life very drastically. So it is a very good, I think, in the future. So this focusing and attention on the packaging, it will be the crucial point. Not only even the food science or food industry, but still that focusing on the packaging segment and by spending some amount of time and the technicality on the packaging sector. So it will be crucial because this is it is going to decide it's going to be a deciding factor for your product life, shelf life, and the product's image, and the product's the branding in the market and the public. Over to you, ma'am.
I think there is some network issue at their end, sir. Just a minute, sir. I'm just adding again. Vinusha, you can continue. Vinusha, you going to ask the question or Nivedita is going to ask?
How do you see cornstarch bags contributing to India's vision of becoming a global leader in sustainable practices and technology, sir?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yes, ma'am, it is since now this is the day, I think it is a trend where all the universe and the all the global technical team and even our national laws and rules have come up with eradicating the single-use plastics and so they're encouraging to come up with the alternative for the plastic. So such as like a biodegradable plastics, compostable plastics. Since this starch-based, the cornstarch-based plastics, the maybe yeah the films or maybe packaging materials. So it is comes under the natural and the biodegradable packaging material, so which has a good potential. Uh, but yeah, still in the India has a large amount of the produce of this corn, especially northern India. So there is a more potential for the raw material for like converting into the starch, this the corn starch based the polymers. But the challenging is that since the technology, but still though some of the research has research has done, but so many developments are still because of these cost effective, because the system it gives some higher cost, so it needs more to make it industrialized like other polythene bags and uh, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so nowadays the challenging is that though it is a very good environment friendly packaging and it is a natural biodegradable, but still that when it comes to the industrialization and also when we compare to the that polythene, that what we say the plastic, so these some of the mechanical properties of these corn starch based polymers are is not that much like that and close to the actual plastics, but still there are improvements are there, but still people are working on this, but though it is the main challenging is that it is a very costly, so to use these kind of plastic it is a good environment friendly, even the government also giving encouraging these kind of industries now, but still it takes some time to like can come into the very common usage based on the applications. So that's how I think since being in India, so this corn agriculture is more. So still we can convert those corn agriculture that crop into the this polymer conversion. Then yes, it will be a great scope because the whole world is behind the sustainable packaging, the alternative packaging, the solution they are searching and looking for alternative for the plastic. So since if India gives the good potential and improve the mechanical properties and other optical and barrier properties of these corn-based packaging as like other polythene packaging, but still, yeah, we can get a lot of the strength, maybe market, and it's so good for us also to use natural polymers rather than uh, that the chemical based polymers.
So I think they're still facing connectivity issues. There is a question here from the audience. I'll read it out for you. Having worked across diverse roles, how do you view India's packaging standards in comparison to global benchmarks? What improvements do you think are most urgent?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, well, yeah, it is a good question, ma'am. The packaging standard, yeah, of course, whatever the packaging standards, I think it's developed by the BIS, our Indian government. But maximum all the our Indian standards are, yeah, it is good, not least bother. All our Indian standards are, it is all extracted. Maybe it is a competence with the other international standards like ASTM, maybe European Union standards and other TAPI standards. So it's not a low value, but there are in regarding the packaging, since in the food sector also, the recently in 2018, in FSSAI also has come up with a new regulation for the packaging regulation. uh, yeah, they have included. I think you can see the changes, that improvement, maybe the modification of the regulation, packaging regulation. So just one thing I can, for all the benefit of the audience, I would like to give this input here. See, initially in 2011 in FSSI, there was the labeling and packaging regulation. So later on, again, that department, the authority has realized that the packaging has to give the most important sector, and it is an important area. So then the recent that in 2018, the packaging has separated from that labeling and packaging regulation. So now this packaging regulation has alone regulation now in FSSAI. So again, initially, so they have come up with some regulation, even all especially for the plastic usage, there is a schedule 3. Uh, so in the plastic usage, the main requirement is a specific migration, color migration, and the overall migration. So migration studies are very important. Even in our Indian, the packaging packaging regulation. So what are the limits are given? So what are the heavy metals and the phthalates analysis that my specific migrants or values are given? So it is as per the EU 10, European Union 10, which is a very widely used referred standard for the migration studies for the plastic packaging applications. So even now the current latest our FSA packaging regulation, so it is as per the EU 10, but still that individual that material wise that specifications and it is there, but still uh, especially this because as you know that this food industry segment is growing now. So slowly, I think in the food sector, maximum industry has adopted many national, international hygiene standards and maybe other food safety standards, and uh, getting international accreditation certifications. But in the packaging sector, so even as like in the BRC has a special like a risk analysis and the manufacturing guidelines for the even packaging manufacturing guidelines for the packaging process. But in India, I think still we need to have get those detailed material wise specifications. I think now that every year you can see that the packaging regulation also in FSSA also they are giving so many updates and the amendments every time, because that the scientific committee is working, and the BIS also is working. They are modifying many packaging standards. They're upgrading. They're changing the limits and they're doing studies. Yes, that Indian standards also is not a but though we refer the Indian standard, but almost our standards are good. It's all the limits and requirements are given in our Indian standards. It's also it meets as per the EU or ASTM or British standards, ma'am. But in practical way, yeah, there are lot more, many the gaps are there. So many improvements are there because slowly, what single phase we can get all the, we cannot implement all these requirements, but slowly we can uh, go ahead with the all the requirements, all the improving the standards and the modifying so that it can be helpful for all our citizens of India.
Thank you, sir. We are very delighted in having you for this event, sir. I hope our viewers and even myself we got to know more about packaging. Thank you, sir.
Pardon, ma'am?
Ashish, thanking you, sir. I think you have shared wonderful insights on packaging. It will be an eye opener for many who are watching this and who are about to watch this. We are really happy to have you, and it was such a fantastic session, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for
Yeah,
again yeah, giving this
yeah,
opportunity. And I thank my director and my deputy director, my boss, IIP Chennai, giving me this opportunity to be part of this uh, on platform to share my views. Thank you.
great, sir. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you, viewers, and thank you, Vanusha and Nivedita.
Thank you, ma'am.